Well, hello, Aries. You guys are number 12 of 12, which is my friendly way of saying I'm doing your reading last. This is your mid May general reading for Aries. Anybody under the influence of Aries, that means your ascendant sign, your moon sign, maybe somebody that's very close to you want to check this video out for, or your sun sign. It's just like, yeah, it is time for Aries. And yeah, how have you all been doing? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all in a place of comfort, material success, bliss, joy, emotional understanding, everything that we want in a life that points us to the road of happiness and well-being. That's what we're here for in this tarot session. This is our intention. My intention for the reading for you is to have all of those things. And I wanted to thank you all very kindly for your comments, likes, support, shares, views, all of that good stuff. I had to let you know that the comments, I am having trouble responding to all of them because we've grown so much in this last little bit. Like, this channel has grown. And that's amazing. Like, I couldn't do these readings. I wouldn't do these readings without you guys. So you guys really make it. And I want you to encourage really to keep commenting. It doesn't matter to me if you subscribe or share for good or bad. Please leave a comment. If there's anything else you want to see me doing, other video blogs or answers to, like, I don't do personal readings, so that one is right off the hop. But whatever, even if you got a takeaway or an opinion or you want to share your story, leave it in the comments section. I'm going to go through and I'm going to give them all a little thumbs up and all a little heart, just so you guys know, even if I don't respond, I read every single comment because that is my fulfillment for doing this for you guys. All right, bottom of deck, we have Page of Wands, Aries. And you guys, this is particular of your sign. So if there are young Aries out there, I want to let you know that the Page of Wands is definitely reflective of some particular obstacle or some particular issue that you're facing at present time that might be brand new to you. You might be unaware of how to handle external situations going on in your environment. You may have a good idea, but you may be at a point where you're kind of maybe second guessing things right now. The Page of Wands is a younger person, a younger, very passionate person. So this often speaks to a lot of people that go head over heels for something like a particular activity or something that brings them joy and enlightenment, and they can tend to shut the world off around them and only focus in on that one particular passion or endeavor that they're doing. And they go with it with full throttle emotion, full throttle conviction, and full throttle, passion about everything, right? So if this is your situation, or if you're dealing with somebody like this, you may need to give them time to become absolved in their projects. To become absolved, it's like sometimes you want to say something to people and intervene and say, you know what, I've been down that road before. But in this case, the Page of Wands is just saying, like, hold back. Allow this person to enjoy the things around them in the moment. Even if you know that it's just a trend or it's just a fad or eventually they'll be on. Like, if your kids are doing something and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to spend, $200 on that because I know in 6 weeks they're not going to be doing it anymore. This Page of Wands is saying, you know what? You never know. One thing that you always know is that you never truly know. And so when it comes to those kind of things and allowing people and your children to really chase their passions, you kind of have to give that at least a little bit of space to reach its maximum level of expansion. And if they do give up on it, you know what? Just put it on Craigslist, sell it later. But if it is something they might be providing you mansions in their old age because they've become so good at what they've taken up, right? This is Page of Wands type stuff, okay? Other messages that could come out is that you might be dealing with another fire sign who is kind of working with you. Two sides of this coin, either working with you or providing you some adversity at present time. So let's make sure communication lines are open, and you guys, when you're working together, that you're both certain of each other that the goal is the same, right? Whatever that might be or mean to somebody. Okay, let's go into our root chakra, see what's up here. We've got 10 of Cups reversed. Okay, so Aries, this is a reoccurring theme for you guys. This 10 of Cups reversed, I think, shows up like in almost half of your readings, where it's kind of like How involved are you in your domestic life? How involved are you in your family structure? Are you a little bit removed? Are you too domineering? Are you the one that's always being relied upon, or are you the one that is setting the schedule and saying, okay, everybody adhere to it, this is the way it's going to be, and I'm going to play bridge or poker, right? That kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be that way. What I'm saying here is this Ten of Cups energy is an established family structure, an established, like, your family now. This is for older viewers, a gal, wife, or a husband, a couple kids, right? Or maybe you adopted some children, or you have these certain close people around you that you consider your domestic, your abode, right? Your family life, your family home. Now, with the reversal, it could mean that there is a little bit of disillusionment, a little bit of a lack of harmony right now. There could be some things that need to be said that currently aren't being stated right now. And it's like almost like ticky-tacky stuff. It's like it's kind of mundane, but yet it still like kind of eats away at you, sort of thing, with Ten of Cups, all right? And tens being completion, right? It's kind of like there may be certain Aries that are out there that are evaluating. Like, now the kids are older. Now you might be at a situation where you can begin to date again. If you were a single parent for many, many years, you might be like, okay, well, I'm going to put myself out there on the market again, because if I want to take a romantic weekend to San Francisco or to Rio de Janeiro, I can do that, right? Because my kids are old enough and they're self-sufficient enough to be able to take care of themselves. The flip side of this coin could be true now too. There could be some lackluster. Do people still say that? Lackluster feelings that are in a well-established marriage, and now that the children are over, they may be deciding, like what we said here, goals might not just be the same. You guys are working together, but there is that sort of situation where it's like what the two people involved are trying to draw out of it is just not the same thing. And can there be more fulfillment by taking separate vacations, or just like that establishment, like let's maybe grow old together and be mom and dad for the rest of our lives. But it doesn't mean necessarily that we need to be joined at the hip and doing stuff. If that's not the direction it's going, there are so many ways around that, and fulfilling ways around that, as long as you can talk about it openly with your partner, okay? And these conversations are the type of things might be coming to the forefront, because Ten of Cups up in the root chakra in the Monday life, it can also mean like some of you might just not be willing to, you both know it when you look in each other's eyes, and you might be doing that daily. And eventually somebody might end up snapping if we don't start flapping our jabber jaws about it, if we don't start really opening up in our heart chakras. And that begins in the rooted. Feel grounded. You've been married to this person for God knows how long. You can trust in yourself that you can open yourself up to them in this way, and that it'll be okay. Even if for a couple days it seems like a little bit, I really shook things up there by mentioning that, right? But at the same time, it's like, this person, you trust this person, they'll come around, they'll understand, they'll want to work with you on it type situation, okay? Ten of Cups up there in the grounding. Now, one chakra up, we've got strength. Okay, so living large, living la vida loca, in the libido, right? Maybe some of you guys are feeling some of that spring fever still kicking in for Aries. Some of you guys are really like keeping it hot, keeping it passionate, and you're staying strong through your core. This is good. Some of you might be doing some physical conditioning. Going to the gym might be your hobby. It might be your art. It might be your vocation. I'm visioning bodybuilders now and people with 10-pack abs just like flexing in front of crowds. This sort of thing with this strength card, right? Strength doesn't always mean physical strength, but when I see it in the sacral area or our creative chakra, I have a feeling like this pertains to like body structuring and really becoming the best physical version of yourself, right? Creating a body for yourself that you really want. And as well, strength to really get up and going, strength to overturn a new leaf too. For some of you, this definitely could be more esoteric, could be more of like, okay, I want to know what to do now. I want to know where this journey of unseen events is taking me. I feel like I've accomplished a lot in my life right now, and potentially I just would like to start something new. And some of you have taken steps towards that, because I feel with Aries, it could be like a significant change, right? You might be like have done the domestic thing for a long time now, and now you're wanting to like maybe go out and like be in a drama club, be a playwright, or be a thespian, or be on stage on Broadway or on Hollywood, right? You just don't know where that like journey might be able to take you, or how far you might be able to go with it. Like it's kind of like late bloomer, like acting, or like maybe now you've been playing the drums for 20 years, or you've just been doing it in your garage, or you've just been doing it for your kids and at parties, but now you're putting yourself out maybe and say, okay, well, drummer looking for band to play in, and you're having the strength to go out, meet new people, and clear up your schedule to follow your passions. So the strength is right. This is initiative strength, taking initiative. It can be tough sometimes, especially when we have a lot of responsibilities and we have to have other people's backs, yet we're like, okay, do I still have the strength to take initiative to do something for myself, sort of thing, okay? I'm just going to ask for some mundane clarifiers for why strength is there. When I say mundane, I mean like life applicable. Like I mean like I'm asking for like how is this going to manifest for some people viewing this on a day-to-day life, right? Because so many people viewing a general reading, you have to apply it to your situation. But when I ask for these clarifiers, I want one more. We've got 3 pentacles. So here we've got strength at work. Some of you are going to be seeing this in the workplace. Some of you in terms of your creativity at your workplace. Some of you might need to really go deep to solve a problem at the workplace. Something that is kind of just like generating... There we go. We got the other one. Okay. Or some of you might need the strength to... ask for time off. Some of you might need strength to simply say, I'm taking a sabbatical. Some of you might need the strength to say that, when I'm at work, you don't need to micromanage me. You can leave me alone and just at least allow me to try this and let me show you what I can do without you hovering over my shoulder all day long type energy for you, Aries. So this is good stuff. And whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're being called away, if you're being called to some other particular path, right, with this Page of Wands, it's like, I really want to be doing something else now. See, like the staff this guy's got, he's got a new understanding or a new focus, but he's got a lot of invested time and effort and energy into this stuff, right? But he's effectively like turning us away. My work day is done. I've accomplished all of this stuff. But now, in this dreaminess, I'm still looking towards this fulfillment, these things I could be doing, these things I wish I was doing, right? And do you have the strength to effectively change your environment, whether that's sorting out your domestic situation, sorting out your money, sorting out other things to actually be able to do that? And that's what I got there for the strength card for Aries. Ooh, and it is decision time, I feel. Some of you are just kind of unwilling to make that decision. Some of you are feeling so secure right now, but yet at a bit of a loss, yet a bit of like, where's the time going? Where is this all leading to me? I feel like some of you might have even shut off your looking to old goals, like you keep the dream alive, that old saying. Some of you might be really struggling to sort of keep the dream alive right now, is what I'm saying. And like universe's gut instinct is saying, well, there's got to be a decision that comes about this. There has got to be some sort of balance towards, like, if you're going to a meaningless job every day, yeah, it's paying the bills, but if the kids are like leaving the nest, do you really need to be doing that anymore? Are you staying there because maybe there's a certain fear that there might not be enough in the pension for your retirement years, but yet you're willing to forego your 40s and 50s because you're looking at your 60s and 70s because there's been this programmed fear that you always need to have a tax-free saving account, or maximize on these pension investments when really nothing is guaranteed about tomorrow, right? So it's like that kind of decision, that kind of balance and choice I'm feeling. And you guys are healthy. Like, you guys have good people around you. You guys are like, try not to succumb to the sort of the programmed robotic being that the establishment may want you to become. We all have our unique talents, and what ends up happening is like we choose a vocation, we choose a career, and then somebody else that is in higher power recognizes how good we are at our job, and then we end up getting kind of locked in there because then we get into the social conditioning, and you're watching like or you're hearing things about financial planning on the TV or on the radio, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so scared this person didn't save for his retirement, and oh, it's so scary, right? The world is always out to get me, and if I don't have so much money, and it's gonna come and get me, right? That kind of, like, they just pump that shit out at you to make you stay locked in and be a product of the consumerism environment forever if they could. So Two of Swords is like, take the blinders off to that. Don't forego your 40s and your 50s if you're so dang scared about what your 50s and 60s are going to bring. You're still going to be a vibrant, strong individual there, no matter what the bottom line in the bank account says, right? And if you've already raised your children, if they're already like coming up in through high school, F it. Don't worry about it. Like, let's just chill on that. Okay. I don't know what's coming out. Here you are. Here you are. Mature Aries, I feel, checking this out. King of Wands here to signify you being at peace with your own being, in your identity. Self-actualization is what they call this. The top of the pyramid in the hierarchy of needs is self-actualization. This is where it's like my basic needs are taken care of, my social, my esteem needs are taken care of, my self-security needs are taken care of. Now, who am I? Am I what? I can do whatever I want to do. The world is my oyster type thing. And for you, Aries, you can definitely go out and do this. This is what the cards are saying, to trust in yourself. Don't worry about, like, you've influenced people beyond your wildest dreams. You have made people's lives around you so much better by the things you've said and the things you've done, the children you've raised and the people you've helped all along your way, that I feel that this is a good generation for you to actually be able to manage your time, because you can see the future in front of you, right? You can see that, so go out and live it. Go out and do it. Go out and be the one that says, you know what? I saw the world in 88 days, or I swam the English Channel, or I climbed Kilimanjaro, whatever it might be. Like, that potential is there for you to be within yourself and do it, very much so. Okay? Because whatever this passion is, you want to go do it. I know you want to go do it. And your kids will be kicking you in the butt eventually to go out and do it. It's like, Mom or Dad, why haven't you gone, like, met somebody new? Or why haven't you, like, left the house in 33 years? That kind of thing. All right. More court cards up now in our house of communication. Our throat chakra, right? We have Knight of Cups here now. So, some of you may be in situations here where you might be unwilling to face your emotional side, I feel, because the throat chakra is personal truth, right? We've got Knight of Cups as someone moving through their emotional realms, okay? The epic emotional saga. They're safe from being swept away, but at the same time, there is this longingness that occurs here in the Knight of Cups. There is this wanting, this particular romance for a subject. So what I feel here is like some of you may want to write your memoirs. I know that sounds so stupid and cliche, but that's what came up. Some of you might really just want to be writing down your feelings at this time so that you can clearly make this plan, make this decision we talked about in Two of Swords. Some of you may be just wanting to be like, because feelings are fleeting, right? They arise and they subside. Oftentimes quicker than thoughts or actions do, right? Or consequences do. They arise and they subside very subtly, very quickly. These are our feelings. So some of you may want to take a few hours in the evening, do some journaling, and write down your feeling, what triggered that feeling, what is for this self-actualization, for this better understanding of self to occur. And then we can move forward with, because the Page of Wands is a little bit unconfident that what they're doing is right, okay? That what they're doing is what they should be doing. So you've got the strength to do it. You're a disciplined sign. You're passionate. So if you're feeling like the reason maybe what's holding you back is being a little bit out of touch with your emotions and how your actions are going to be affecting others that you've been, had their back for so many years. And so maybe just write down your feelings, and then maybe you can give them to your significant other and be like, you want to just give this a quick read? This is what's coming out from my inner being. And if you've been married a long time, that'll be easy to do. If you're in new relationships, that's a little bit trickier, but some of you might still be needing to do it. I'm saying Aries in new relationships may be needing to discuss their feelings a little bit more with their partners to avoid any sort of disillusionment, okay? I'm going to ask for more clarifiers. Why Knight of Cups? If we want to look at Knight of Cups, some of you may just be in long talks with Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It could be work-related. It could be, all right, we've got Ace of Swords. You may be hearing a revealing truth from one of those signs. A Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer may come to you with a revealing message about something that's going to confirm the way you were feeling about a situation. Or you may be faced with a certain truth now that allows you to move past an uncertainty or a level of confidence or a feeling about something, okay? Ace of Swords is usually some kind of truth, some sort of new understanding, a new thought, right? That usually comes in from the external, right? Very rarely does the Ace of Swords come from within, right? Two of Swords is more like where is the division? Where is the duality coming from within? When it's Ace of Swords, it's usually something that comes in from the external, right? So look for this message in your water sign friends, colleagues, co-workers, and things. And as well, maybe just look in the environment, like pose the question to the universe, say it out loud at bedtime. Does a squared plus b squared equal c squared? And then you go to bed and you silently listen, and the divine voice comes in and says, yes. Oh, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that makes... But, you're not going to ask him if Pythagorean's theorem is actually true. You're going to ask what your query is, what your question is, okay? So Knight of Cups up in truth. That's a tricky one to see into. I'm not going to lie. We'll see how it goes, because we've got this message here now of like, do what you want to do, make sure what you want to do is right. And now Knight of Cups is saying check in with your feelings, but your heart, you've got King of Wands, which is you saying, I know myself, I know better than this. Why am I second guessing everything that's coming along here right now? You guys should not be second guessing at this time. And if you're doing it, stop it. Okay. Wow. Court card galore. King of Pentacles now up in your third eye pineal. All right, so maybe it is a situation. Maybe for those of you that have mastered your passions, you've mastered everything it is about your, what do we say, your self-actualization, your I think, therefore I am. You've got it all figured out, right? In King of Wands, you're able to manage your life. You're even able to manage other people's lives around you effectively and fairly. Now you might be deciding, okay, well, now what I want to be doing is going on to accumulate certain wealth. So for some of you, this is going to weigh heavy into this decision of maybe we're afraid to walk away from our job because we're giving up on we're going to be settling for a smaller pension, or our future's uncertain, right? Some of you may decide that you may need to stick with it. You may want to stick with it. You may want to stay with your partner in your domestic home life, work as a team so that financial abundance will be huge. And some of you will decide that, yeah, when I'm strong enough so that when I'm in my 60s, I'm still going to be strong enough to walk the streets of Japan and take in all that I can, because I will be even a more self-actualized individual in another 20 years or another 10 or 15 years or whatever applied to your situation, right? So it's really good. Aries has a huge potential in this lifetime at the change of the millennium to become so aware of self, of spirit, of soul, that they're going to get the best of both worlds. They're going to get things on the 3D realm, plus they are going to be promoting themselves to be in a good position for even a more grandiose or lighter energy time next go round, the next time they decide to incarnate. So there's great understanding coming. It's good to see these two up paired and they're upright in these positions, all right? Heart to third eye, so it means like you're comfortable in your own skin, and now you're going out and you're wanting to bring more into your life. You're wanting to stay open to the things that have taken a long time to come around, I guess is what I'm trying to say with King of Pentacles, okay? So, again, I think a lot of you are going to be doing a lot of writing. You're going to be writing down what you want, how you're feeling, and how you're going to get there. You guys are actually like making the playbook for your own football team that is your mind, heart, body, and soul. You're going to be doing that for yourselves, and you'll be writing it down on pen and paper and congrats. Like, that's a good thing to do. A lot of people don't even have the discipline to figure out what that's all about to begin with. So I'm really stoked for you here. Page of Pentacles in from Source now. It's like, oh my goodness. Are you guys surrounded by people or what? Like, people are just coming to you left, right, center, up, down, sideways. They're like, can I get a minute of your time, sir? Oh, ma'am, could you please just give me a minute of your time? And that's the feeling I got, like buzzing people around you. It's like, this person wants you to do this. That person wants you to do that. This person wants you to explain yourself. And the other person wants you to say, come with me. I want to show you something. All of these issues, all of these, it's going to be a very busy 2 weeks for you, Aries, in terms of dealing with other people. That doesn't apply if you're kind of like, you work at home, you sleep at home, you stay at home. Well, then you know what? You're kind of missing out on the grander river flow of what most Aries are doing. I'm not going to lie. If it doesn't resonate with your situation, you might need to make a serious adjustment to make things better for yourself, because these are going to be a couple great 2 weeks for Aries to be learning, to be helping others, and to be learning about themselves, okay? Page of Pentacles always asks, how could this be better? Is what we're doing the right thing? Are we making it better? And you guys are, this could be just like at the beginning of this stage now. You've moved through your fire element. You've mastered your fire element. Now you're like kind of in your earth element now, where we're starting out. It's okay. This is the symbol. This is the metaphor for the life that we have right now. This is our 10 of Cups as it stands right now. We're looking at it. We're evaluating it. We know eventually we want to be here. So like, this castle is still here. And how are we doing it? What is the timeline going to be like for us to get from point A to point B on the material sense, right? And that's really good. Some of you are just like, it's two birds with one stone, really. It's going to be a time of a situation where I hope entrepreneurial spirit takes root and takes hold here to get you to this place a lot quicker, and then that this decision might eventually just become a no-brainer. You're not even going to have to worry about walking away from a home, work, life, career situation to find fulfillment as it's meant to be presented to you in this lifetime. Okay. Aries, we're moving on to a capstone reading from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck to give you a little capstone, what's going on, a little takeaway message. This is another one of my favorite parts of doing these readings. I just love this deck. Colette Baron Reed. Let's just get these cards up straight so we can figure out what's going on here. So, Aries, okay, there we go. Peaks of Joy really wanted to come out, but we also had a couple other side notes coming on. Okay. We have had listening, we've had unexpected visitors. Okay. This is a reminder to go back to this card. If your partner pulls you aside, him, her, them, or theirs is more important than anyone you work with, anyone else that you're dealing with at this time. Make your partner your priority through these 2 weeks if they want to talk to you. Unexpected visitors, I think we covered this as well. People are going to be showing up, just asking to see you, asking for your time, wondering what you're up to, wondering, are you still married? Wondering, how is everything? That kind of thing. So those cards, I think we can just leave and explain them on the mundane level. This is the one that really flopped out, wanted to sit on top of my thumb. We've got number 33, Peaks of Joy. And you can see this is, I'm just going to pull a little closer here. The sun went down, and I hope you all can see that. Excuse me. Number 33, Peaks of Joy. You can see somebody that's like on cloud 9. This is bliss energy, right? So a really good reading, really amazing, great cards for you. They're all mostly all court cards, so it's going to be very busy. But I think these 2 weeks are just going to go by super fast. And, the things that you are pondering, as long as you're giving your significant other, your partner, for those of you that are involved, the proper amount of time and consideration, it's going to be a very harmonious week for you, Aries. Because I quote, your life is filled with happiness, so share it with others, end quote. Joy is yours today. No matter what your question, you will be happy with the results. You're coming closer to a sense of achievement, and you've worked hard for it. You're surrounded by true companions and events that are synchronistically arranging to bring you to the next level of your life. The world is singing a beautiful harmony. Life is exhilarating and hopeful. Let gratitude fill your heart, and remember to share your happiness, for joy is contagious. Wow, did we ever just say that? Like, all the people around you? Look at all the people around you wanting to share in your joy and your love and everything. Like, this is 5 significant people from what I'm seeing here in this reading. And this could be you, so at least 4. So this is very significant that, people are drawn just to whatever source is pulling through you in regards to this happiness and bliss that's going on. Yes, let's make it apparent. Let's make it known. Let's share it with others. And if we are in a position where we are managing other people's lives, or whether work or home life and kids around us, let's do it with that sense of playfulness, that sense of overflowing happiness where our cup is overflowing. Aries, these are great cards. I'm really stoked for you guys, and I'm really anxious to see you again in a couple weeks to see where all of this is going. All right? Know that I love you lots, and we will see you in just a little while.